Hello and welcome back to a culinary project. In today's episode we're gonna make sourdough English muffins. These easy sourdough English muffins cook up light and fluffy with a delicious flavor of sourdough. Mix everything the night before and wake up to a beautiful dough that is ready to be cut and baked to perfection. To make this dough you will need 300 grams of all-purpose flour, 150 gram of wholemeal and 50 gram of semolina flour, and add that to your mixing bowl and scale off 310 milliliter of lukewarm water and 100 gram of ripe sourdough starter, and give that a good stir and add it to your mixing bowl. Mix your dough for 2 to 3 minutes or until all the ingredients are combined, and then we're gonna let it rest for 15 to 20 minutes. While the dough is resting, scale off 12 grams of sea salt or kosher salt. After the resting period, add your salt to your dough and start mixing it. Mix it for around 6 to 10 minutes until the dough releases from the side of your mixing bowl. The dough should be nice and stretchy and look something like this. Put it in a grease bowl and cover it with some cling film. Leave it to rest for 3 to 4 hours on your kitchen table, and then pop it in the fridge overnight. And on the following morning, when you had your first coffee, put some semolina flour on your work surface and gently turn out your dough on top of the semolina. Gently stretch out the dough and pat it down a little bit, very gently. You want to retain some of the air bubbles inside of the dough. Pat it down to around 1 to 1.5 centimeter thickness. Sprinkle a little bit of semolina on the dough and take a 7 centimeter pastry cutter, and you should be able to get between 10 and 12 English muffins from this recipe. If you end up with a little bit of leftover dough, you can gently pat it down again and cut a couple more. Dust with a little bit of semolina flour. Place the English muffins on a baking tray and cover it with a tea towel and leave it to proof for 1 hour. Preheat a skillet or a frying pan over medium heat. Put in a little bit of semolina flour and place in your English muffins. Cover it with a lid and cook it for 5 to 7 minutes before flipping the English muffins and putting the lid back on and cooking for another 5 to 7 minutes. There is no exact timing for this. I like to cook mine a little bit on the dark side, but when you are happy with your English muffins, move them onto a cooling rack and leave them to cool off completely. And there's only one way to cut a English muffin. You take a fork and you poke holes in the English muffin all the way around, and then you basically just pull it apart. That way you get that rough texture and all the nooks and crannies. These sourdough English muffins are perfect when you toast them. Put on a little bit of butter and some jam, but of course you can also put some cheese or some meats. And if you want to take these English muffins to the next level, of course you're gonna make eggs Benedict, but that has to be in another video. I really hope you liked the video. Consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell and smash that like button. See you next time.
Eyes on us like binocular, yeah, they time is up. You could try your luck, stay anonymous, but in God we trust.
In God we trust. All these looking odd to us, riding way just like they ride the bus. Them pretty wanna ride my the vibe is us. Sergio Tacchini eating fettuccine, know they see me getting cake.